Hello, here we are. We are going to be talking about my 27 weeks pregnant. My name is Michelle and I am a mom of 12 awesome kids. I have 9 boys, 3 girls, and the 13th baby is on the way. That's no joke. I have a busy life, crazy life, but I want to check in with you guys regularly to keep track of my progress, to help anyone else who needs it, and to just give you a few tips and tricks that I may have from the many times I've been pregnant. Hopefully that will help you. And if not, maybe you'll just get a giggle and a laugh out of whatever I've got going on, right? So we'll go with that today. Like I said, I'm 27 weeks pregnant. The baby's about the size of cauliflower, a head of cauliflower, or look, this little cute rabbit I thought was the same size. And, you know, yesterday, well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Then I'm about 191 days pregnant. I have 12 to 15 weeks left. I am in the 3rd and final trimester. And that means it's all downhill from here. The rest goes really fast. 1st and 2nd take a little longer, but once it's 3rd trimester, then I start getting really hyper-focused on what I need to do. Next month, I'll get even more hyper-focused. Well, we're still in November, so I get really focused in December, and I'll get hyper-focused in January. So far, I've gained about 13 pounds this pregnancy. That means that I was already overweight when I got pregnant, and that any weight that I have lost isn't reflective in the amount that I've gained for this pregnancy, because I'm actually just losing fat, and it's just a good time to lose weight, I think, when you're pregnant. Just eat really good, and then all of a sudden all this fat just comes off you, and it's really awesome. I really have to take my chlorophyll and my vitamins and just eat right and focus on not eating a lot of bread and not eating a lot of sugar. My sugars are going to come from a few berries every day, or maybe a half of an English muffin or something like that. That's very simple bread, or just not bread at all, because it just messes my system up. So I don't go that route. Yesterday I had an appointment with the midwife, nurse midwife. She's really great and I just love her, and she does nothing but say so many positive things. She's been doing this for a long time, about 20 years. She used to work in a hospital, and now she has her own facility. She's actually opening up a birthing center here in Las Vegas pretty soon, so that's pretty cool because we don't have one, and it just makes a nice place for you'd be able to have babies if you're not willing to have them in the hospital. But that place won't be ready till sometime in February, hopefully, she says. But when I went in, I told her, I said, this baby is breech, I can tell, you know, the twins were breech. So I was able to feel that her feet keep like kicking me in the lower part, because it was just too strong. There's no way it could be the upper body. And then you look in the mirror and the belly just doesn't look quite right, not quite rounded the correct way. And I could just tell when I was feeling around and just palpating my stomach that something's just not right. And it's okay. I don't mind a breech baby, but what I do mind is that if this baby is Down syndrome, I don't know how strong her instincts will be, and if that will be something, because I rely on the baby's instincts to help them deliver as a breech baby. But that when they turned her, so the midwife actually turned her yesterday, and was so cute because she kind of balled up like this with the turning. But one thing I loved is that her heart rate went up consistently, not like skyrocketed, but a little bit, almost like she might have been sitting on the cord or something, and that released that pressure. So I was really happy. Now the baby's head down. It feels so much better, and I'm so much happier about that. And then earlier this week, I got a call from a nurse midwife. No, a nurse. She's called a heart baby nurse, and she's like a go-between for the mom and baby and the doctors. And she had heard that our doctors dropped us, and then we were trying to get in to see someone, and so she kind of helped me. I just told her a lot what was going on, and so she called. She found out who I was going to go see and said, you know, they're excellent, but yeah, if you're waiting to get in and you want to get in to see someone, maybe you'd prefer this doctor and this group of this team of doctors better. So she called them and got me an appointment, and then I get to see them on December 10th. So I'm pretty excited. That's way better than waiting till January to see another doctor, you know, just because you just like to make sure everything's okay. I am seeing the nurse midwife, so I know the baby's heart rate's okay, and I know everything looks good. We did that little ultrasound just to make sure that she was head down and no longer head up. Those little upside down babies just don't come out the same. But breech is just a variation of normal, so don't fret. It's not a big deal if they can't get that baby to switch. You don't have to have a C-section for a breech. You just got to have a lot of wits and be ready to rock and roll with that baby coming out. I'll have to talk to you about that a different time. You know how I am. I don't like to throw it all out there in one day. I might overwhelm you. I have an appointment today with my cardiologist. He's just going to check things out and see how things are going, and I'll see what he has to say, and I'll tell you about that tomorrow. I've had kind of a crazy week, just kids sick and trying to get caught up from when we were out of town and trying to get some things ready and get a little Christmas shopping, so I've just really had to tighten things up to get things done. And then this month is the time that I'll start, this month and next month I'll start collecting things like the crib. Well, I don't use a crib actually, I use a pack and play because they're so easy to move around with new babies. I like them to be in a room I'm in. We can just pick that pack and play up or collapse it if we need to, take it upstairs, downstairs. I can take it anywhere in the house I need to. It works really great, and I love that about pack and plays. So I use those instead of cribs. Plus, a crib is so long-term and permanent. It's like just a big piece of furniture. They're rather expensive. When I can get a pack and play for a couple $100 or less, and then the baby, once the baby's out of the pack and play, the baby can pretty much sleep wherever we have the baby's room. So it just is kind of an easy solution for me. And then we'll get the stroller and the car seat and things like the baby diapers and the clothes and oh yeah, that would definitely, yeah, cords around the neck make it a little trickier because you can't take a chance for sure, especially twice. That's too tight. But I'm gonna get the diapers, the clothes, and I need to get nursing pads because obviously that's going to be a problem right off the bat. I always need them. There's just no doubt that I just make an abundance of milk, so that's kind of a problem. And I think one reason I feel like I want to get ready early too is even though I'm more likely to have a baby late, but when all my other babies have been born, they were all born at least plus 5 days, if not a week or two over. I don't anticipate this baby wanting to stay that long, just with her heart problem and things like that. It just might not be in her best interest, but I still am going to have her go natural and figure out, I'm going to figure out what I need to take care of with her. Like if she needs to come early because of her heart, then fine, we'll have her come early, right? But if she's not in stress or trauma, I just let her come as she wants. And when that time is up, then we'll have the baby. But there's a good chance she'll be on time, maybe even minus 5 days, maybe plus 5 days. I only have 12 or 13 weeks, and I say 13 in case she goes over, but it could be as early as 11 weeks. So that's going to go really fast. And my daughter, who I've told you is pregnant, she's due in less than 3 weeks. So she's really excited. We're all so excited for her. That's going to be awesome. And then we'll have another little girl in the family, and that's awesome because we could use that. And then anything that I need for the first 3 months of the baby's life, that's what I'm going to take care of this month and next month, just to make sure I have it out of the way. And then if there's a baby shower, fine, but at least I have the stuff I know I can't live without in case she comes early. When it comes to nursing, there was a question about, do I bottle feed? Let me tell you what I do. I know I love new babies. What I do is that normally I strictly breastfeed. I don't do anything else but breastfeed for a long time. With the twins, it was a little bit different. I had to breastfeed constantly and supplement because I just was having a hard time keeping up with the medication I was on and things like that. But it was all medication safe for babies. It just was hard for my body. Plus it was trauma and blah, blah, blah. I still need to tell you my stories. But all my kids have been strictly breastfed. That's exclusively breastfed. But this baby, because Down syndrome babies are more likely to have a cleft palate or some sort of a breathing issue, which I don't anticipate and I hope not. But in the event she does, I want to be prepared. So I would pump my milk if she's struggling, having a hard time eating. And then I would just make sure I had a heavy surplus of it so that she never has to go hungry, especially if she's having a hard time eating and ends up spitting up or whatever. So I just don't know. There could be complications. So I've never really pumped a whole lot. Maybe if I had to go somewhere for a couple of hours without my baby, I would pump, or I'm trying to think if there was really any other time. Maybe if there was an excess and the baby was sleeping, I wanted to keep my milk flow really good, I would pump. But not for actual feeding. I like to feed the baby on the breast. But if this baby can't go on the breast all the time, then I will, but I will make it so that I have that option available if it's necessary. So it's kind of cool. I thought you might like to see belly bump today. This is, you can see not so much from the front still. And from the side, you can see a little more poking out. But I will take the shirt down because it's just starting to show where you can actually tell I'm pregnant finally. So let me get all adjusted here so that you can actually see. And, you know, don't mind the fatness that's there, but here's the belly. Can you see all that? That's the belly growing. And here's from the side. You can see that the mound is there, and there's still quite a bit of growth that needs to happen, but yeah, there's my belly. And you might say, oh my gosh, I didn't see any stretch marks. Yes, so some people that happens with. I've had 13 kids, well, 12 kids, and then I had the twins, and I got ginormous with the twins, mind you, ginormous. And for some reason, I don't, for some reason, I just don't get stretch marks. So ginormous or not, it just doesn't affect my body. And I just stay really well hydrated. I did hear that, thanks. I did hear that if you, you know, take certain vitamins and vitamin E and internally and externally, I didn't try a whole lot of lotions, but I did always put some lotion on my stomach. I didn't put the fancy lotions that they make for pregnancy, because they didn't really have a lot back then, and I haven't kept up with those kind of things. But I think you just either have the skin for that or you don't. It's really not, it's like strictly genetic. My mom doesn't have stretch marks from having babies, and my sister doesn't have stretch marks from having babies, and I don't have any, so I don't know how I got lucky. It's pure luck of the draw. And if you have stretch marks, don't worry. They say guys actually like them. They think they're like battle wounds, and they just show that you went through the valley of death, and that you are just an amazing woman because you birthed their baby, or you grew babies in that belly. And I believe that. I've heard that, and my husband could care less whether I had him or not, but he doesn't mind that I don't have him, and he doesn't wish that I do have him. He's just like, whatever, it is what it is. And that's just the way I feel. I do have a couple of little stretch marks around the outside of my breasts, and then I had a little bit of one on my hip, kind of by the bikini line. So but I don't know why I had them there, but not on my belly. I have no idea. It's just weird, the body, right? Whatever it chooses to do. So that's what I've got for this 27-week check-in. If you have any questions, please throw them down on the comments below. Yeah, the changes that come with the blessing are a baby are such a blessing. It's just awesome. I give those first 3 months. That's why I like to be prepared for those first 3 months. I don't really like to do a lot for those first 3 months, as I'm getting to know the baby and what the baby likes and the routines the baby likes, plus adjusting with all the kids around and just seeing the temperament of the child. Then I know more what we can get away with and what we can't. I mean, we might take the baby to a movie, because you're just going to nurse the baby or feed the baby there. We might do a little bit of whatever we need to, but there won't be any big excursions when the baby's 1 to 3 months, just because I like to really recover, make sure I'm back on my feet, and make sure I'm strong, make sure the baby's strong, that the baby doesn't get sick from everybody. I like to just be, I'm just pretty protective during those first 3 months. So I like to be prepared so I don't have to do anything during those 3 months, especially as far as shopping goes or something like that. So that's where I'm at. Be sure to like this video if you do, and be sure to comment whenever you have a question so that I can help you out. And And then hopefully December 1st, I can start doing my baby stories so that you can hear them. Normally these videos are supposed to be posted on Monday. It's been crazy the last 2 weeks, but I think I'll be back in the game on Monday for posting those. And I will give you a quick post about my cardiologist appointment and my regular daily videos. So she says that she always loved nursing, and that way she has food on the go, right? That's how I feel. And I'm so for that. And yeah, I mean, I had a baby in December on the 14th and the 18th of December. So I was so pregnant. We had a hard time shopping, and I just wasn't able to get it together back then. And so we had to take this brand new baby shopping for Christmas, and it worked out just fine, but it was just the 3 of us, you know. It wasn't like big family gatherings or big activities. It was just very capsulated, you know, just with what we did and where we went and who we went with. I've not really done any massive vacations when a baby is 1 to 3 months old. So after that, fine, bring them everywhere. But before that, not so much. So yeah, that's where I'm at today, and I just wanted to share that with you and let you know my baby updates and how things are going, and that I will be checking in, and we're getting close to the countdown, where we're getting close to where we can count down, and I'm so excited to have this little bump in my belly. I can rub the baby and feel it. Did I tell you that the baby was about this size? And yeah, I did. I said she was rolled up like that, and then she flipped when they rolled her over, and then she was just all bundled up. It was so cute. But anyways, that's my update for the week, and I'll talk to you soon. It was good to see you. Thank you so much. I feel really great. Probably because of everything I'm taking. This isn't my first rodeo, right? I've done this before a time or 2 or 12. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So just thought I'd let you know. I hope you're having a great week. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye. I hate when I do that.